Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. This is going to be the alternate version of Cilgerran. So in my last video I drove to Cilgerran first and then went through Cilgerran and came back into Cardigan that way. So this time we're going to go through Cardigan, then Cilgerran, back around through Cilgerran over the bridge and then come back to town. So as normal we are starting in the test car park. We are leaving the two junctions, hopefully not running these pedestrians over. And then chill here for a moment because there's quite a bit of traffic coming. The sun is setting at this point, so I'm not sure how much of a glare there might be on some of the footage, so apologies for that, but the sun is getting dark. And unfortunately it's only 20 past 4 because we're getting into the winter months now. Cool. So same as always, these videos are just the initial route. Your test obviously will include a maneuver, a little bit of town driving, some dual carriageway driving, but I'm just going to show you the areas that you might drive to in your test. So if you're heading towards Cilgerran this way, there's a couple of ways you can get there, but this is probably one of the more common ways where you would just head out of town towards the roundabouts, and then initially you're going to be heading towards Fishguard. So at this roundabout I'm going to turn right, third exit, so we're going to do a quick mirror check, signal right, nice and slow on approach. Hopefully we can get away without stopping, but this red car doesn't seem to be moving, so we are going to have to stop briefly, and for good reason. There's quite a bit of traffic coming. So once it's clear, quick mirror check while we're moving. Clear for me to go. We're going third exit, so we keep to the inside of the roundabout. Round we go. And then as you come off, quick mirror check to the left. And then this road is a 60 or national speed limit. So you can really put your foot down a little bit if there wasn't a little Kia in front of me. Then you got a little bit of dual carriageway here. So always keep in the left lane unless you are planning to overtake. Or when you get up to the roundabout, you might use it to turn right. We will be turning left first exit towards 10B though. So once you get past the big sign here, that's sort of your cue to start checking your mirrors. You can start signaling, start slowing down a little bit. Second gear ideally for a roundabout of this size. And then we're just looking to the right, double checking, do we need to stop? Which we do. And then I can go off this van. So now we're just going to carry on. So yeah, you're following the road for 10B. You don't stay on it for too long though, sort of half a mile, 3/4 of a mile. And then there is a left turn towards Cilgerran. These traffic lights are forever here, I'm afraid. Like, they've been here for however many years, and they will probably continue to be here because the council doesn't do anything about it. Not a dig. So yeah, you'll probably just sit and wait here for these traffic lights. I thought I forgot to turn my mic on again for a second. So anytime you're chilling at lights, you just want to be checking your wing mirrors. Keep an eye ahead of you. Basically looking for like any motorbikes or cyclists or anything that's floating up behind you. And when you move off, you mainly want to check your right mirror. Just to make sure that there's no one coming to overtake you. So this road is a national speed limit. Obviously drive sensibly though. It doesn't mean you have to do 60 mile an hour. You can just drive what you feel comfortable. I'm doing sort of 40 at the moment. Doesn't really feel like I need to go any faster than this. Again, more than likely on these routes you would be following sat-nav at this point. And as I said in the previous video, if you haven't checked that out, Cilgerran as a test route is probably your longest test route as per time. So this will probably take you a good 20-25 minutes, maybe even half hour depending on traffic. So a good portion of your test is just driving this route. And then the rest of your test will obviously take place in Cardigan town itself, as well as doing your manoeuvre somewhere and all your random stops, that the examiner gets you to do, where they pull you up next to the curb and things. But it's quite a nice route. You can just drive. There's not a lot to it. It's just a case of keeping an eye on your speed limits, keep an eye on your positioning. It's definitely easier than some of the other routes that we do. And then you're coming into a 40 here. You'll start seeing signs for like Cilgerran Castle shortly, which is the left turn that we're going to take. So anywhere from sort of around here, you're going to see a left turn. So I normally tell people once you pass this brown sign, that's a good chance to start signalling, because it is just located around this corner. It does sneak up on you. It's quite a tight little turn, so just take it super slow, making sure you don't accidentally swing onto the wrong side of the road. And then as you can see, we're coming straight into a 20 zone. I do have vehicles coming towards me, so I'm going to let them come through. So we'll just keep it slow. Change to first. Quick mirror check as I go out. And mirror check as I come back. And then, like I said, this is a 20. So be very, very careful of accidentally speeding through here. Obviously, there's no road markings of any description. There's no white lines. There is room for 2 vehicles, but you just got to keep as left as you possibly can, because you wouldn't want to fail for driving on the wrong side of the road. And then you are shortly coming into a national speed limit, so be careful you don't accidentally start accelerating up until that point. And then once you pass the sign, quick check your mirrors and start accelerating away. Now unfortunately, you do change straight back to a 20 on this road, so this is very short-lived, because there's a 20 sign coming up, so I'm going to have to slow back down. Keeping an eye, there is a van behind me who's like bearing down on me, so I'm just going to keep slow and keep an eye on him. Back down to 20 for this 20 zone. And then we have a junction coming up here, and the giveaway line is a priority junction. So you have to stop here if there's oncoming traffic, which there is not for me, but you would stop at this white line here on the floor if need be. And again, just keep an eye on your speed. It is a 20, so just go super, super slow. And then as you're going through Cilgerran like village, there's a lot of parked cars. Depending on the time of day, depends on how bad it will be. It's about 4:30 for me now, so a lot of people would have done school run by now, but they might not have got home from work yet. So we'll see. I don't think it'll be that bad. They quite often do an emergency stop along this route as well, so expect to get that somewhere along this road. Anytime you're going around parked vehicles like this, you just check your mirror and then your left wing mirror as you go back. We are passing a primary school, so again, depending on the time of your test, depends on how busy this could be. You come through here at school run, it is packed. And then we've got parked cars primarily on the left hand side of the road, so oncoming traffic would have the priority, but there's no one coming, so I could stay out at the moment. And if you get parked cars sort of on both sides of the road, then there's just no right of way. It's just sort of like whoever can stop will stop. Keep it super slow as you go around the corner. Okay, and then this part of Cilgerran is probably the tricky part, because there's loads of parked cars scattered everywhere. So you just keep slow. You want to look through the road as best you can. I can see traffic potentially coming towards me, so I could probably move up to that black Vauxhall if I didn't stall it. Whoopsie. Come on, car. Well, that's embarrassing. Oh, I accidentally changed to fourth then. So it just shows that even I make mistakes sometimes. So there is a white van coming, but he looks like he's waiting for me. So I will just continue because he looks like he's waiting the entire time. So just be polite after. Cheers, mate. Got a little bit of roadworks going on at the moment. So just keep slow. Obviously the sign sat in the middle of the road, so we'll just weave around that. Thank you. So up here as well, there's going to be a junction on the right. We're not taking it, but just after that junction there is a very long curb on the right hand side. They quite often pull you over to do a reverse 2 to 3 car lengths maneuver. So anywhere along this curb here on the right, they quite often stop people there in a safe place, and then you reverse back doing the maneuver, which I will have videos soon on the maneuvers, so keep an eye out for them. And then you got this little bit of town coming around this corner where there's parked cars sort of scattered on both sides. So again, there's no real priority. It's just whoever has the right of way should carry on. Or like a bit like here, there is room for both of us. So we're just going to slow down a little bit. You just sort of squeeze through nice and gently. Still 20 mile an hour. A lot of people accidentally speed up when they come out of the village here. But it's not national speed limit until we get to that sign, so do not feel the need to accelerate yet. And then once you hit the sign, cool, now we can put our foot down a little bit, build some speed. Bit of a back road coming now, so again you just drive to what you can see, similar to the other routes. Keep as left as you can, where you can. And then shortly we're going to take a left turn towards Cilgerran, which you can't really see the sign because it's in the hedge, but you want to start signalling somewhere about now. Start slowing down. And then we're turning into this very picturesque spot. And then you're going onto a little bit more of a back road. It's going to go a little bit dark now because I'm under tree cover, and there's a runner coming towards me, so I'm going to slow down a little bit, let this car pass, signal around the pedestrian. Good. And then carry on. If you're going under tree cover and it's quite dark, make sure you turn on your headlights. My car's fortunate enough to have automatic headlights, so they've already turned on. But if you do go under trees and it's dark, definitely turn your lights on. So more than anything, other people can see you're coming. Not necessarily benefits you too much, but other people will know you're there then. Cool, and then there is a junction coming up the top here. We're going to turn left. Slow down because it does narrow, so if you do meet a car here, a bit like this van, it's going to be a bit tight. Like I said, we're going left, so mirrors and signal. Coming to a stop. It's a very closed junction, so you want to really lean forward and have a good look both ways and creep out. And then we are going to come up to the bridge that's in Cilgerran next. So the bridge itself, there's only room for one car at a time. So you want to make sure you look right across the bridge before you even commit to going over it completely. There is a bit of a passing place before the bridge. So if there is someone coming over, you can stop in plenty of time, let each other pass, and then you continue safely over the bridge. So I've got two cars in front of me right now, so I can use them as a potential guide. So the very far grey car is going over the bridge right now, which would assume that it's safe, but I'm going to slowly go. There's a white van waiting to come across, so I'm going to let him come over because he has been waiting for both of those cars now. So I'll just sit and wait here, which is a good place for me to show you this is where you would stop. So before the bridge narrows at that little bit ahead of us, you stop here, let any vehicles come over, and then safely move off. Quick check your blind spot if need be, because people do walk across this bridge quite often. And then we're going to turn left back towards Cardigan. So you're going to check your mirrors, signal left, and if you look right early enough here, you can actually get away without stopping as long as no one's coming, and then you can just drive up the hill. And then you need to be super careful of your speed because you're still in a 20 zone here. And this is, like in my last video I said, this is a very, very long, dull, boring 20. There's not a lot going on, so it is very easy for your mind to wander and then accidentally get caught speeding. You want to be careful as you pass the garage because there's quite often cars in and out of that. And like I said, this is slow and boring, but it's the law, so do it, otherwise you'll fail your driving test. And like I said, there is a bit of a route that turns right into this junction. So if you saw my last video, I mentioned it. It's called Cilgerran. We will make a video on that route, but it literally just loops around the little estate, and you might do a manoeuvre in there. There are plenty of reminder signs to remind you this is a 20, so hopefully you don't get caught out here. The only downside is other people put a lot of pressure from behind you because it's very slow. They don't want to go this slow. So there's a very high chance they might overtake you. Like right now, you guys can't see on the camera, but I do have an Audi sitting like right up behind me, and he is edging out to try and see behind me. You might not overtake. I mean, I hope not. There's plenty of traffic coming towards me. Bit of a straight here. He's definitely leaning out, so yeah, he's probably going to overtake. So this is exactly what might happen on your test. And now there's a Land Rover behind me as well. This is still a 20. I'm doing 20, but you might feel encouraged to now speed up a bit because you've been overtaken. But don't throw your test away because other people are in a rush. Just keep it gentle, keep it steady, do the speed limit. There's a 40 sign here up on the left. It's behind the telegraph pole, unfortunately, so you can't really see it until you're here. But yeah, don't feel discouraged by other people overtaking you. Like, just focus on you. Do your thing. The examiners focus on you, they're not focusing on other people. Cool, and then you basically stay on this road now until you get back to the roundabout near Tam, and then you make your way back into Cardigan. So you got some double white line, like solid white lines in the middle of the road here, which means no overtaking. We've just passed the national speed limit, so we could probably go catch up with those guys now. But yeah, when you got solid white lines like this, do not overtake anything. The only exceptions are if you're going around a stationary vehicle, like something parked, or if there's a cyclist or something, you can overtake them at sort of 10 mile an hour, but no really faster than that. And would you look at that, I've caught up to the Land Rover that overtook me, because it was a pointless overtake, to be honest. And I'm not even speeding, so cool. And then you just keep following this road. It's quite windy, quite bumpy, but just do like I'm doing, just smooth movements with your steering wheel, ease off and onto the accelerator. I'm not being aggressive at all, I'm being very gentle with it. And then, like I said, the next thing this is going to do is bring you towards the roundabout. We are going to go straight ahead, second exit, towards town centre. So anywhere from sort of now, I'm going to gently start applying the brake, just to start slowing down. There's our sign for the roundabout, so we're going town centre. We're in 5th at the moment, so I'm going to block to 3rd. Keep slowing down gently. And then change down to 2nd for the roundabout itself. There's a big lorry to my right, but he is turning, so I shouldn't have to worry about him, which I don't, and I can go. And then we're coming off here, so quick mirror check and signal. Straight away we're into a 20 zone, so keep an eye on those 20 signs. Everyone misses them as they come off the roundabout. And then we're just going to keep super slow as we go through town. As you go through Fincher Square, expect a bus to pull out in front of you. It's like this bus up on my left. While it's not indicating, I know it's not going to move. I just need to keep an eye out for pedestrians who might want to run across the road. But if the bus suddenly did signal right, I would have to let him out if I can do so. If you've sort of already committed to going past it, then by all means carry on. And then slow here, looking right, we can carry on. And then we're going to go up the top to the high street. Which this junction here is a stop sign, so please make sure you come to a complete and utter stop. You don't have to signal at a one-way. I do, but it's more just because I know what people are like and they don't really pay attention. And then the key thing here is obviously just make sure you come to a complete stop at the line. Instantly keep an eye on these traffic lights above you when you pull out of there, just to make sure there's nothing changing. And then nice and slow through the high street. And then where the road splits, we always come back to the left unless the examiner tells us otherwise. Give a wave to my mates in the jippy. And then we're going to make our way back to the test centre. So we're going to turn right here. Carefully don't cut the corner here, because it would really suck if you fail your test right at the end by cutting the corner badly. And then back towards the car park we started from. At this point in your test, just don't rush. Like, you're still not done. Just because you're nearly there, it doesn't mean you need to like rush everything. Until the examiner says that's the end of your test, stay switched on. So we're going to go back into the car park. So quick mirror check, signal left. Moving in. And then I'm going to just go park up. And that's pretty much this route. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already and you're new around here. I will be posting a lot more tips and tricks on how to pass your driving test, especially around here. Be sure to follow the TikTok if you have not already. That's where we post all the funny stuff and everything. And then, yeah, I will catch you guys in a bit once I finish parking for the next video. So, hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care.